Everyone, welcome to our lesson 7. This is related to parallel and perpendicular lines and practical application of graphing and lines. Mostly this lesson is related to the application problem, but there is some uh, repetition from the parallel and perpendicular lines as well. So let's begin. This is the agenda: practice work review, then parallel and perpendicular lines, then some word problem. This is the important part here for this lesson, applying the concept from this chapter 1 and then some practice problem. So let's begin. You can see here two parallel lines and they are perpendicular. So our question is, the slopes of parallel lines are same, right? And the slopes of perpendicular lines multiplied to equal. If we multiply the slope of both of this line, then it will be equal to what? That's the question. I think you will say that this will be, when they are parallel, this is same, and when they are perpendicular, then after multiplication it will be -1, right? Yeah. So they are same, and this will be -1. Or alternatively, we can say that if we multiply both of them, then it will be reciprocal, negative reciprocal to each other. Negative reciprocal, or you can say that negative inverse also. That is also correct. So here we have, like, how can we find out equation of a line when they are parallel or perpendicular, or something is given, something is not given, then what approach we will take to find out the equation of line. So this is another example from that side. Let's look at this. To find out the equation of a line, we need the slope and a point on the line. What does it mean? Suppose if we have a slope, let's say slope is given 2, 3, 5 something, and a point, let's say slope is given, let's say 2, okay, something, whatever it is, it's given, and one point is given, let's say 1,4. This is a point, or it can be y-intercept also. If y-intercept is given, then one value will be 0. So that is actually easier if y-intercept is given. Then if 2 is the slope and 1,4 is the point, then we can use point slope form of the equation to find out the final equation of the line. Point slope form is which one? Y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So here this is the x1, this is y1, and this is m. And we can just put it here and get them. And then we have, like, if two lines are parallel or perpendicular to each other, then also from the parallel and perpendicular we actually get the concept of slope. And say, for example, if I say that y equals to, let's say, twice x plus 3, this is a line, and we have to find out another line which is parallel to this line and which goes through some specific point. That point will be given. Then from this line we have to take the slope. This slope we will take from this line. Then we will use the other point, and same formula that I have shown just a while back here. These two things, if we use, we will get the equation of final equation of line. So this is how actually this is the approach that we can follow. This is an example. Slope is given. Why it is -1/3. The reason is it is perpendicular. If it is perpendicular and one slope is 3, so other slope will be negative reciprocal. That means minus, then this 3 will go down, because this 3 is now up here. So this 3 will go down. That means the perpendicular line's slope will be 1/3. There will be negative, then 1/3. If it is 4, then it will be 1/4. -1/4. Minus will come for negative reciprocal. If it is 5 here, then it will be perpendicular line slope will be -1/5. Suppose if it is 3/2, perpendicular line will be -2/3. Negative reciprocal. And y-intercept is this. So then next part is easy. You can just write y equal to mx plus, we can show you here, y equal to mx plus b, m is minus 1 by 3 and x, then b, y equal to mx plus b form it. We can just put it here, and this is the equation of the line. So what is it saying is, suppose this is the equation. Let's say the equation is like this. Let's draw it. Let me draw it. Suppose this line is like this, somewhat. Let's say, then the perpendicular line, this one will be something like. Let's use. Let me take some straight line. Somewhat the same, just saying. Say for example, this is this one. This red color is this one, and then this one will be kind of this. They will be perpendicular to each other. And how do we know that? Because we used in the slope, from the slope we use their negative reciprocal. That's why. Find the equation of the line. Let me erase them. This thing. Find the equation of the line that contains the point this and is parallel to the parallel that contains the point this and this. So basically, if we find the slope of these 2 points, then the same slope we can use for this line because they are parallel. Parallel means both of the line will have the same slope, and this is used here. See, first of all we try to find out the slope which is related to these 2 points, minus 2, and we directly use that minus 2 here because for parallel they will be same. For parallel they are same. For perpendicular they will be negative reciprocal. That's the important thing that we need to keep in mind. And this form is very useful. Y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. This form is very useful. And this form is very useful. Most of the cases we need this form to find out the equation of line. Most of the cases. So you better actually get to this point. Then just simplification. This is a simplification. If we simplify it, then we will automatically get this. You can see it minus twice x, then 2 into minus 1 means plus 2. Then this is plus 3 here. If we send it to the other side, it will become minus 3. 2 minus 3 equal to minus 1. Just simple calculation. You can give a try. You will see that this will come from this line automatically. Then in class practice, so we will review them during the class hopefully. Overview of quadrilaterals. So what is quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is what? Suppose if I draw some this, then this, let's say this irregular shape. What is this? This is triangle, right? There are 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, 3 sides. 3 sides. That means it is triangle. If it is 4 sides, then it is called quadrilateral. Quad means 4. And they call, in the computer science, they call quad-core processor. That means 4-core processor, kind of that. So quadrilateral. That means 4 sides. Lateral means side. Lateral means side. Quadrilateral means 4 sides, 4-sided figure, or 4 sides something. That's quadrilateral. Now we have different types of things related to quadrilateral. Suppose this is a kite. It also have 4 sides. Parallelogram also have 4 sides. Trapezoid 4 sides. Isosceles trapezoid also 4 sides. Rectangle, square, rhombus, all of them 4 sides. But they have, definitely you can see in the figure, in the shape, they have different features, different characteristics. For example, square, all sides equal, all angles 90 degree. Rectangle, not all sides equal, 2 sides parallel, 2 sides are equal, and all angles 90 degree. Rhombus, all sides equal, but none of their angle is 90 degree. Parallelogram, their opposite sides are parallel to each other, and none of their angle is 90 degree. Trapezoid, only 2 opposite sides are parallel, and most of the angle is not 90 degree. But for trapezoid, some angles can be 90 degree, no problem. Only condition is only this side and this side will be parallel. Any 2 sides will be parallel, and the other side will not be parallel. That's the condition. So yeah, this one, and this side is equal. This side and this side, yeah, they are parallel. This side and this side are parallel, and this one is equal in length, kind of. And also another type of quadrilateral trapezoid we can draw this way also, like this. This is some little bit uncommon type of trapezoid. This one is also possible, where one angle is 90 degree and this one is parallel, but this two is not parallel. So you see there is some sort of relationship with this one and this one. Anyway, we needed this discussion for solving couple of maths, which is we have in at 1.3. There are some geometry related problem, so you need this concept to understand all those math. That's why we need that. That's why you need to understand these kind of figures and their characteristics. This is the challenge problem that actually was related to the previous class also. To prove that it's a square, we need to prove that all the length of the sides are equal and their included angles are 90 degree. Also, there is another way that the diagonals are equal and perpendicular to each other. The diagonal of the, do you know what is diagonal? Diagonal. Say, for example, this is a figure. Diagonal means, this is not, by the way, this is not a square. Let me draw a square for you. So that, I mean approximate square I will draw. Suppose this is an approximate square. Approximate, let's say it's an square. Then diagonal is this corner. This corner is the diagonal. From this length to this length, this is the diagonal. And this is another diagonal. So they are the two diagonals. So we said that the diagonals are equal and perpendicular. If we can prove that, then they will be square. They will be square. So this is another way to prove it. So how can you prove it? First of all, you have to find out that this length, this length, this length, and this length is equal. And that thing you can do by using the distance formula. Distance formula, you can find out the distance. Then you can find out the slope of this line. Slope of this line, they will be same. Then slope of this line and this line, they will also be same because they are parallel lines, slope is same. Then you will see that this line's slope and this line's slope will be negative reciprocal because they are perpendicular. This line's slope and this line's slope will also be negative reciprocal because they are perpendicular. And when you have all this information, then you can say that since all these characteristics are matching, then this is definitely a square. This is definitely a square. Okay. And diagonals, you can go for this also if you want to skip this part 2. You can go for that also. Then let's go to the next page. Here comes this new thing for this lesson. Here comes this new things for this lesson. Actually, from here we start the application, and that's the most exciting thing for this chapter 1. Because at the end of the day, basically, why we learn all this thing, all these equations, formulas, etc., etc. Why are we learning this? So that we can apply those in our real life situation. That's why we are actually going through all of them. That's the main purpose. So this is the real life thing. Let's look at the math. We have two pieces of information here. Let's use this color, no problem. One, first of all, Dan receives this money, and automatically this is the fixed amount kind of, and then 5% profit he gets on his actual sale. I mean, if he generate some 5% of the profit, he will actually start getting it. Let me actually explain this math in some simpler way first of all to give you the concept. This is something like you joined in some company. The company said that per week they will give you $100. Suppose they will give you $100 per week just as a salary. Then if you can sell some of their product, if you can sell one product from their company, whatever they are selling, then you will get $5. So say for example they are giving you $5 each for whatever the amount of thing that you can sell for one. So let's, for example, let's say you sell their chair. So if you can sell one chair, they give you $5 bonus. Because let's say chair is expensive, that's why. Or else $5 is too much. So what they're doing here is they will give you $100 as a salary automatically. Then they will say, I will give you $5 if you can sell one. If you can sell two, I will give you 2 into 5. If you can sell three, I will give you 3 into 5. If you can sell 4 chair, I will give you 4 into 5. That means $5 for one chair, and they will continue giving you. So if you can sell, let's say 10 chairs, what will be the amount? 5 into 10 plus $100 you are getting, automatically $100 you get. That means this is $50, this is $100. Total you will get in that week, total you will get $150. Total you will get $150. That means now instead of 10 chairs, you can sell. If you can sell 20 chairs in some week, then how much money you will get? This is the main concept of all this math. You will see later. This is very useful. Suppose you sell 20 chairs in some week, in 1 week, then 5 into 20 plus that $100, because he said that he will give you $100 for working in his company. This is common. So you will get 5 into 20. 20 means 100 plus 100, that is 200. Total $200 you get in that week. So you get total $200 for that week. That means what is going on here? See, this 10, this 20. In some month you can sell 15 chairs. In some month you can sell 5 chairs even. In some in some week you can sell, let's say, 50 chairs. So this number will change. That means we can actually simplify this as 5x plus 100. This will be your total earning. E equals to, this will be your total earning for 1 week. Let me repeat it once again. They said that they will give you $100 for working in that company. Then for one chair they will give you $5. That means at that time you will put 1 here. So if you sell 5 chairs, then this will be into 5. If you sell 10 chairs, it will be into 10, 5 into 10. And then total you add them this way. And this is called linear relationship. Linear relationship. And at the starting they give you 100. As starting means like you in 1 week, let's say in 1 week you cannot sell any chairs, like 0 share you sold. What is the money? They will give you $100. 0 means then you put 0 here. Then 5 into 0 means 0. So you get $100 that week. And the more you sell, the more money you get. This is, some company actually runs this way. They actually attract their salesmen this way so that they can sell more and more. This math is somewhat similar to the discussion that the point that we are trying to make here. What is going on here is, so they said that this is their fixed money. So instead of 100, this is their fixed money. And this is the 5% of, here we said directly 5, they said 5% of any sales he generate. That means 5% of, let's say he generate X money, suppose he generate X money, then plus 375, because this 375 is for selling cars, then receives this per week for selling cars, so 375. Right? This is somewhat similar, right? And for percent means out of 100. So that means to eliminate this percent, actually we have to divide this number by 100 always. We have to divide this number by 100 to eliminate the percent, because percent means out of 100. Let's look at the, so very important concept, you have to always keep this kind of scenario in mind, always. Okay, what is the starting value? Starting value is 100, and then per week, per chair, in this example per chair, how much he is giving. $5. Okay, then 5 into the number of chair. So I just have to just put some, this is some algebraic relationship, linear relationship that we can make, and then we can just put the value of x and we can continue the calculations. And you will see that most of the math actually follows this relationship basically. So let's look at how we can solve this. So this is the thing, see, 375 and 0.05 of x. X is the money, x is the sales that he generated from the profit, generate a profit. Sales that generate a profit. X is the x dollar. So he sells that generate a profit of x dollar from his sale. So this is the thing, and this 375 is his fixed money. That's why this is separate. Like whatever he does, he will get that $375 for sure. Even if he cannot sell anything, he will get this money, because you can see we can put here 0. If we put here 0, then he gets this money. And if he, like, suppose x is the value, here you see, if x increases by $1,000, how much would s will increase by? That means we will put here 1,000 and then do the calculation. But we have to be careful, because this is 375 and we need to find out the increase. So how much more he is getting, we have to find that out. Now if we want to draw the graph, what will be the graph actually? First of all, see this value of x equal to 0. If x equal to 0, then the graph automatically starts from 375. Because when x equal to 0, already graph will start from 375, because that is his starting money for that week, starting money. Then x value 5, x value 100, x value 200, as you can see, x value can be 1000 also. Then the value will increase. This is how. There is one thing, can x be negative? Basically he cannot do that, right? Because this sale profit he generated, he cannot go back. So it cannot be negative. That's why we said that x is greater or equal to 0. Either he do not sell anything, either he do not make any profit, or he makes some profit. It's not like he made negative profit. I mean, this is not a good employee if someone make negative profit, right? Nobody will keep that employee. They will say like, no, thank you very much. Baba, I see you. They will say, if you make negative profit means you are selling the company without any profit. So this is the graph of this line. It starts from 375, and then for different value, the graph will start increasing. This is how we draw this kind of graph. You can say, sir, how do I know that the graph will be here or here or here? Basically, we have to put some value here. This is 5,000. So if you put 5,000 and do calculation, what is the value? Then you put it here. For 5,000, you put it here. Then you just join them. Starting value is this, which is 375. And you can see this is another important thing for any graph drawing. See, we considered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each box is 100 now. Normally one box is what? One box is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 box. But what we said here? 500. So it means that if we need, we can change the scaling according to our need. Sorry. We can change the scaling. This is called the scaling change. And this side also. Even this side is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. We can change the scaling according to our need. But one thing is important, that is, along this x-axis, the whole place has to be the same. That means this is 100, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. 6,000 will be next value. All of a sudden, you cannot say that 5,000, then this box is 10,000. This is not possible. The whole line has to be same spacing, and this whole y line has to be same spacing. Same gap. This is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, like that. And this is minus 100, minus 200, minus 300. Although we do not have to go to that side now because of real life problem. So let's come back. Once again, I repeat this very important thing. This is the separate sum money that does not involve with anything, any of his work. He is working for the company, so company will give him this money. and on the based on the sales that he make, based on the profit, he gets 5% of that. So 5% means if you divide 5 divided by 100, then you get this. So this is how we actually convert some statement thing to some algebraic expression, equation, etc. This is equation, and this is called modeling. Modeling means from real life thing we write some equation. This is called model, mathematical model. So we have some, see, modeling real life situation with linear equation. So we have some problems here. You give a try, pause the video and give a try what will be the equation, then we will show the solution here so that you can match and we can discuss them briefly. So pause here and give a try how to solve them. When you are ready, you can just start watching the next part of the video. Alright, so now we have the answer here. So see the solution. An internet company charges $20 per month to rent the modem plus $5 per gigabyte of the data used. So what is going on here? $20 per month. That means that company, look at the situation here. This $20 is fixed. Why? Even if you do not use any gigabyte, suppose in 1 month you are not using their internet, any gigabyte you are not using, just you have the line connection in your house, then you have to give them this $20. That's why this $20 is fixed and it is some separate bill. Then 5 into G, that means if you use 1 gigabyte, then you have to give 5. If you use 2 gigabyte, then what? 10. 5 into 2 equal to 10. If you use 3 gigabyte, then 5 into 3. That means x equal to 3 or g equal to 3 at that time. You can just 5g or 5x, whatever. Since it is not mentioned here which variable you have to use, so you can use any variable from your side. So this is how it goes on. This one is 20. This 80 kilogram is fixed. This 80 kilogram is the weight of the tank. Then you put water, then weight increases. Suppose 80 is the weight of the tank. Then suppose you put 2 kilogram, you put 1 kilogram per liter of water. Say, so you put 2 liter, that means 2 kilogram, 5 liter, that means 5 kilogram, which is here. 1 liter per kilogram. That's why this is like this. Then we have a gym membership costs $60 per month, but you can get a $10 discount for each other person who signs up because of you. So what is happening here? $10 per month is the membership fee. So you go to that gym, you have to give that $60. This $60 is you have to give. Now if you take 2 friends with you to that gym, and then you can tell them like, I got two of my friends came with me, so they will start their membership here and they will continue doing gym in your institute, in your place. Then that gym company will give you, for 2 person, 2 into 10, that is $20, they will give you discount. Yeah. And it is discount, that's why a minus sign. That means now your money will decrease from $60, $20 will decrease. Now you have to give $40 according to my example. So if you take 3 friends there, they will give you $30 discount now. That means 60 minus 30 equal to, you get $30. Just only you have to give 30. So this is due to discount. So discount, reduction, reduce in price, decrease in price, then there will be minus. Negative word. Negative word means then there will be some minus from the actual amount. This one is the road starts at sea level. You notice that there is nothing here. There is plus or minus nothing here. Why? Because it starts with sea level. Sea level means it is 0. From sea level we consider 0. Then from sea level, whatever is the height, it increases. Now it said why it is 0.05. The reason is it is 50 meters per kilometer traveled. So if someone is traveling for 1 kilometer, then it will increase 50. Then someone goes 2 kilometer, then it will increase more 50. That's why we have to divide. I mean, I'm now explaining why it is 0.05. The reason is we have to divide this 50 by 1000. 1000 kilometer. Kilo means 1000. Kilo means 1000. That's why we have to divide this value for 1000. You know that, right? Kilo means, yeah. Suppose gram, kilogram. Kilo means 1000 gram. 1000 gram. Kilogram means 1000 gram. Kilometer means 1000 meter. Per 1000 meter. Per 1000 meter. Per means uh, each kilometer. For each kilometer, how much it moves. That is what it means. So why 0 came? The 0 came because of sea levels. From sea level we start, and sea level is 0. That's why we have to start from this is plus 0. And that is the reason. And more detail is here. You can see actually here what is going on. Y is actually the x is the. If you want to know more about this, then we can say that x is actually the independent variable which changes. Suppose here gigabyte is the independent variable. Gigabyte do not depend on anything, but total cost depend on gigabyte. How many gigabyte you use, total cost depend on that. That's why C is the dependent variable. In our case here y is the dependent variable, x is the independent variable, because x do not depend on y depend on x, because if you use let's say 20 gigabyte, then y will be more. If you use 100 gigabyte in any particular month, then your y will be dependent, as since it is dependent on x, then it will increase more. So that's why y is dependent, x is independent variable. These are the things, more detail if you want, you can just have a look. So these are the modeling thing. These are very important thing. In the book also you have some of the maths, really similar kind of maths actually in the book. They are interesting. Actually you can give a try to solve them as well. Similar. All of them have some similar pattern. Because why? Because they are linear relationship. We are discussing linear relationship. All of them will have, they will not have any power. There is no power for C, there is no power for G. Linear relationship. That means if you graph them, another way to understand a linear relationship is if you graph them, your graph will be a straight line. That's another way to understand that. So another challenge problem is this one. You give a try. You can give a try to solve this math. Then you can pause it here. Then you can give a try also this math. So this math actually we can do it in two different ways. One is in various ways we can actually try to solve this. This is the money that Anika borrowed, $125,000 she borrowed for her for building and kitchen equipment for her restaurant. Then what she gets, she earns average $3 per customer, and 80 customer comes at her restaurant every day, each day. That means in one day 80 customer comes, and for one customer she gets average of $3 profit. So that means in one day how much she gets? 3 into 80. So 3 into 80 equal to what? $240. So $240 in how many days? In one, right? Because it says each day. So in 2 days, that means into 2. In 3 days, that means into 3. In 4 days, that means into 4. So we can write it like into x is the day, or into d also you can write. So this is her earning. One of the simplest way to solve it is you can actually, to get the, because the question said, let me show you the question. The question is, how long will it take her to pay back the money she borrowed? So how many days it will take her to give to pay back this money. This is a big amount of money actually. You can solve it in a couple of ways. One is, so this is the amount of money that she gets in different days. So if we put it in the other side, 125,000 in this side, then x equal to what? That will be the number of days. That will be the number of days that she. That will be the number of days that she needs. Just a hint to you all. Challenge probably means you should give a try. Okay. Another way to solve it. Oh my God! Actually, I'm more or less telling you almost everything, I guess. But there are more problems in the books that you can give a try. Another way to solve this math is you can write here minus this value. You can write here. Then for what value of 0, total earning, if you put 0 here, then x equal to what you can find out. That is also same, actually same math, same way. Because why it is minus? Because she borrowed this money. So she has to pay this money, whatever amount she gets. That way also you can solve, I am just saying. So one way to solve this math is you can just directly put it here, because you need to balance it. Balance means, this is called in business, this is called break and even. Break and even means like your costing and your costing and your earning is same, and that break and even part. So for break and even, this is your earning, this is your cost already you have taken. So if you put it here, then x equal to what? Then automatically you will say that where it will have this break and even part. Yeah. So this is interesting, kind of. You can see, if you think like, okay, if you start doing a business, then you can actually, if you know your total amount of loan, then if you know that how much money you are generating as profit per day after all the cost, then actually you can write down some equation. That equation will tell you, if this same rate continues, then how many days it will take for you to get that amount of profit. Yeah. So this kind of thing is actually interesting, and actually math actually helps. Do you understand? Math actually helps. Math actually helps to generate more profit or understand the situation better. Yeah. Understand the situation better. Oh, we have this in-class practice and then practice work. I think this is the last slide. So this we will try to do in the class. That's it. Last thing, like before I wrap up this video, let me tell you this one thing. Sometimes some people says about this business. Some people says that I will make business, so many people will work for me. I do not have to do this kind of maths or study, etc., etc. Or some people says that my father was just only barely educated, but he is a very good businessman. How he is doing? Basically, there are very good, very highly educated people working for your father, maybe, or for her father, or for his father. And those who knows these maths, do you understand? Then they actually work for them if it is a big company. There is no way that without this kind of mathematical calculations, some big company will be able to survive, because their expense and their earning is so much complicated. Anyway, let's not continue it more. Thank you all. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you all in the class. Thank you once again, and happy math practice. Bye bye.